guys, welcome back to Vera's View. I'm here to once again run down this week's Raw and SmackDown. My first fail this week for Raw was the absolutely dead crowd. I mean, there were practically crickets at some points during the whole live event, and it was just awful. Michael Cole on commentary had a big fail this week when he called Tozawa the champion before the Cruiserweight title match was even over. It was just a dead giveaway. Oops. Why are Gallows and Anderson inserted themselves into this feud with Cass, Enzo, and The Big Show? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Also, my biggest fail for Raw this week had to be the fact that they were giving away SummerSlam matches for free. Now, I know technically SummerSlam is free if you subscribe to the WWE Network, but it just doesn't sit right with me that they're doing these matches like less than a week away from the big show. One of those matches was Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor, and after it was over on Raw, we got to see Finn Balor coated in some weird substance. Like, come on, Bray, who do you think you are? Gangrel? This isn't the Brood. Nobody should be dumping, like, blood on anybody. What was kind of weirder, though, was the fact that after it was over, we came back from commercial break, and Finn Balor's backstage saying that he has just found out that he is being granted a rematch at SummerSlam. A rematch? What are you talking about? This is already an announced match for SummerSlam. Anyway, another fail for me this week had to be the fact that the Revival will not be in action at Sunday's event because Scott Dawson is now injured. I just feel so bad for these guys. Dash Wilder just came back from injury, and now the other member of the Revival is gone down. Like, here's hoping that Scott has a speedy recovery. And my last fail this week was Braun Strowman's little t-shirt cuts. Did you see this? Like, he had panels cut out of his t-shirt like a la AJ Lee. It was super, super strange. My wins, though, started off with 2/3 of the Shield reuniting. Ever in history, has anybody ever teased two men touching fists this much? It was like the most drawn out thing. They teased the absolute shit out of it. And it was like the weirdest, like almost, dare I say, sexual tension. Anyway, also, did anyone see that there was like a phone on the ground outside of the barricade, during this whole brawl with the Bar? Like, that phone had to get absolutely destroyed. It had to be crushed by, like, I don't know, like someone walking on it or someone throwing another man onto it. Like, it's definitely done. Also, Alexa Bliss was a big win for me this week. She watched the match between Sasha Banks and Nia Jax from her throne. Yeah, you heard me right. Throne. Hashtag goddess, anyone? Like, oh my god. But the only thing is the fact that the throne itself left a little to be desired. I don't know if production just slapped it together last minute, but it didn't look the prettiest, let me tell you. Also, I was sad to see Nia Jax tap out to Sasha Banks. Not because I didn't want the boss to win, because I did. I'm really excited to see Sasha and Alexa Glow at it again. But Nia Jax should be being booked as this monster. She should be this unstoppable force in the women's division. See Braun Strowman. That's how they should be using her. Anyway, it's not my job, but it's my opinion. Matt Hardy was a win for me this week when he teased more broken Hardys. He said that SummerSlam is always delightful. He practically whapped Jeff in the face, though, and Jeff had to do this whole, like, whiplash move to get out of the way. I thought that was pretty funny. And we got to see Mickie James and Emma in action, which is always a win for me. Moving over to SmackDown Live, though, my first fail was Jinder Mahal having some missus come out and sing a song. It was just, I don't know, like, what? Why? What are you celebrating now? I'm glad that Shinsuke Nakamura came out to break that up. Also, my other fail was the fact that we saw the Usos versus the New Day. Again, Raw did this, now SmackDown's doing it, giving away SummerSlam matches for free. I know we're going to see two different members of the New Day, well, one different member of the New Day, take on the Usos on Sunday, but still, it's the same match. Ugh. Stupid. Anyway, my win started off with Becky Lynch tapping out to Natalya. Here's hoping that the Queen of Hearts can keep this momentum going come Sunday. My next win is Carmella. Period. Like, insert the love emoji eyes here because I am obsessed with her. I love her mic work. I love her swagger. Maybe she's a little more, like, in-ring honing, but I just love the Princess of Staten Island. So, on Sunday, if Natalya doesn't win, I hope that she comes down and cashes in on Naomi because I want a new champion this week. I am favoring Naomi though, like, not Naomi, Natalya. I want that long title reign that she deserves. But if I can't have that, I will settle for Carmella. It looks like Shane McMahon may be inserting himself into this match for the U.S. Championship this Sunday, and looks like it might get physical because he says if you hit him on Sunday, you're not going to get disqualified. You're just going to get hit back. Kevin Owens doesn't have a problem with this apparently because he accidentally kicked the head off of the commissioner. Fashion Peaks is having their finale this week on SmackDown. I was so upset about this. I hope that we can see more Fashion Fall, something else going down the road. I hope this is just like the Peaks part that's over, but I think it's all done. But we never know. We're going to see Breezango return in 2 weeks. Some moments I really liked from this were, here he says, after he got abducted by the aliens, Fandango says, things got deep and uncomfortable. And he says that they mentally probed him, though. Mentally probed. You want to make that clear? You should have said that to begin with. Mental probes is what happened. Tyler Breeze later on says, you know what? I don't want people to think that we're just making this up as we go along. And they do this whole, weird shifty eyes thing to let you know that they're basically just making this up as they go, which is hilarious. I love they're just shooting the shit and getting away with it and making us all laugh. Tyler takes a bite out of a donut and says, "What's the future hold?" And Fandango says, "Diabetes," and Tyler spits it out. They start talking about this rock they found. The aliens left it in Fandango's back pocket. Back pocket, not back door, back pocket. Enough with the bum jokes, but you know what, I'm just juvenile enough to get a chuckle out of that. And last but not least, my final win for SmackDown Live, and my win of the week, probably win of the month, is the fact that Baron Corbin cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase and lost. Yep. He lost. John Cena was taking on Jinder Mahal, and he all but had him beat when Baron Corbin came out and put a stop to that. He thought, you know what, John Cena's done the damage, and I'm going to reap benefits. He cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, but he was too focused on Cena. He went after Cena first, then he tried to go after Jinder, but you could see him, which is really bad because it was obviously not supposed to happen. He's just looking, where's John Cena? Where's John Cena? He's coming. The spot's going to happen. I know it's going to happen, and it looked awful, but then Jinder rolled him up and got the win. So Baron Corbin has found his place in the history books as one of only 3 men to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase and lose. The other 2 are John Cena and Jack Swagger. That doesn't include Mr. Kennedy, because Mr. Kennedy didn't lose his cash-in. He lost the contract altogether to Edge. Now, Edge did go on to win the championship. I'm ecstatic about this. I couldn't be happier, which is probably not nice. Probably makes me a bad person that I'm celebrating Baron Corbin getting buried alive by John Cena, but whatever. That's all for this week. Please check back next week when we're going to talk about the aftermath of SummerSlam on Raw and SmackDown. I'm Vera, and this has been Vera's View for the WWFu InterNetwork.